Hello everyone and welcome to part 106. It's been, I think, only about a day or so since recording the previous part, but the point I was going to make is that since recording the last part, I have actually gone online and looked up to see how to naturally get Ninjamon. And it seems, apparently Palmon is the only Digimon that can Digivolve to him. And apparently, in order for Palmon to Digivolve to Ninjamon, you need your weight to be low, apparently about 5 or less. This is according to the internet. You need your weight to be low. You need MP to be 1,000 or more, and attack and defense to be 100 or more. Just trying to see. I was trying to see if Palmon really is the only one that can Digivolve to Ninjamon, but obviously I can't look, can I? Because Ninjamon's not there. I press X on here, nothing happens. And Palmon, well, none of the Digivolutions are shown. An impression I got is that generally your MP has to be superior to your HP, and then attack and defense have to be superior to speed and brains. There's also, as a bonus condition, I think it was 15 plus battles and 35 plus techniques. And long story short, it doesn't look too promising. The possibility of me naturally getting Ninjamon doesn't look too promising. Because I know I could go to the restaurant and, well, if Digitamamon was to boost every stat, then I wouldn't get an advantage from that. If he was to boost MP, defense and brains, then I could get my MP and defense to what it needs to be, and I can get it superior to other stats. Problem is, it's also going to raise my brains, and it will raise my brains to the same level that it will raise my MP and defense. Not to mention that it also won't boost my attack, and if I was to want to boost my attack, then I would have to return to Digitamamon when he only boosts my HP, attack and speed. Problem is, it would also boost my HP and speed. And so, although I can boost my MP, defense, and speed, the problem is that the way that I will go about it, it seems I'm going to be boosting everything else as well. Not to mention that I have nowhere near 35 techniques, and battles are going to be a serious problem with how feeble my stats are. I did, however, also see a special condition where it is possible for Vegemon to Digivolve to Ninjamon. Apparently, the way for it to be done is that if you have Vegemon and you have over 50 battles and your discipline is 100%, if you sleep, then apparently there's about 30% chance of Vegemon Digivolving to Ninjamon. But once again, there's the problems of me needing to have 50 battles. With the stats that I've got, it's not going to be easy. I do have a route to Vegemon because I still have the fertilizer in the item bank, but the ways of naturally getting Ninjamon are not looking too promising. And I do think the Digivolution item, I think it's called something like Cogger laws or something. I'm just going to call it Ninjamon's Digivolution item. But it does seem that that probably is going to be my best bet, because, well, all I have to do is go to Drimogemon and talk to Drimogemon. That's all I have to do. The only hard part is the luck that I would need in order to be presented his item. It's not, I mean, it is very, very easy. It's just the luck elements that you need that makes it hard. But getting Ninjamon naturally is not looking too promising. I mean, I don't know how long I've been using Drimogemon, but it feels like I've been using Drimogemon for a long time, and I haven't got Ninjamon's item as of yet. I suppose what I could do is just continue doing what I'm doing, and maybe hold on to the fertilizer. So skip out the fertilizer, but use all the other Digivolution items that I've got in the item bank. Just keep doing what I'm doing with going to Mount Infinity and getting myself defeated. And maybe, like, obviously keep going to the treasure hunt, keep holding the fertilizer, and hope that in time I will get Ninjamon's Digivolution item. If I do, then brilliant. Then I will use it, and I will use the fertilizer as well. If I don't, if the item doesn't show up, and then it gets to the stage where all I'm left with is the fertilizer, then maybe I will have to attempt to get Ninjamon via Vegemon. It certainly seems like it's certainly convenient that I do still have a route to Vegemon. I still have the fertilizer, and I think it is meant to be the next item after this one. But here we are with Kawagamon, who needs to sleep. I mean, I know at the restaurant, I know Digitamamon's not the only Digimon. I know there are other Digimon who have different foods that boost different stats. I mean, I might be able to have a chance of, getting, like, the necessary stat boost, but off the top of my head, I have no idea, like, what foods boost what stats, what Digimon I need. And with every Digimon other than Digitamamon, I can only, do it once, and then that's it. Until the Digimon is hungry again. So, I'm not sure. And I'm forgetting what days it is. Because, hold on, I think it was day 18 when I last did it, so day 21 being the next day. But, I will hold on to the fertilizer, but obviously I can't make any promises, and I haven't gone to the item bank, have I? I can hold on to the fertilizer, but I can't really see myself getting Ninjamon via Palmon. Because, it's not gonna... Well, I mean, I've mentioned I think I'll struggle getting the stats, and... Well, I mean, the whole thing with Vegemon, well, you need to sleep with maximised discipline, and with, I think, having done like 50 battles or whatever, mean, that probably sounds like possibly the easier option, because I mean, I can go to Digitamon and boost every stat, you know, and just boost it to the point where I can win like really basic battles. You know, like the Betamon that loiter in the native forest. And well, discipline will be easy to maximise, and that might be a option if his item doesn't pop up. I will be holding on to the fertilizer for now anyway. Yeah, Kawagamon, it's quite a well, I'm thinking about when I got hold of his Digivolution item, the Scissor Jaws. It was one of the harder Digivolution items to get hold of, because I remember having to get Kunamon, which was quite straightforward, but then having to get Digitamon to boost his stats, because I wanted to defeat Monzaemon with Monzaemon, which I did. I also wanted to get Monzaemon via Kunamon, which I did, but then there was some trouble getting from Monzaemon to Hercules Monzaemon. And then there was also the fact that I had to compete in the Beetle tournament. I had to wait until day 22 to then compete in the Beetle tournament, but then intentionally come second and then have a 50% chance of getting his item, which I think took 2 tries. A lot of Digivolution items were a cinch, like the Misty Egg, the Ray Gun, the Golden Banana, items which you are basically just presented. Most of the tournament ones were straightforward. I think the hardest Digivolution item was probably the Coral Charm, although obviously I mentioned the Scissor Jaws was a bit tricky. Some of the S tournament ones I think were a bit tricky because I only had like a third chance of getting them, and I had to like restart and do the tournament again just to get the item that I wanted. And yeah, the Curlin Digivolution items and the Treasure Hunt Digivolution items, certainly some of them have been a pain and still are being a pain. That's the end of the Kawagamon era, not that it lasted very long anyway. Yeah, I believe Vegemon was next in line, but Vegemon is going to be skipped for now. We go back to the yellow egg. yeah, talking about digivolving from rookies to champions. I think all the things that are things that are part of the equations, all the things that influence the digivolutions, like your weight and your stats and your battles and stuff. I think there is an order of what's most important, and I think stats isn't the most important. I think it's like second or third or something like that. I guess we're going to Speedruns next. I think stats is something like the second most important or third most important, and I believe you only need to fulfill 2 of the 4 requirements in order to get the champion. If I was to have Palmon, I think the weight would be the easiest to fulfill in order to get Ninjamon, but then that's only 1 of the 4 requirements. Battles wouldn't be easy. Well, I mean, battles and stats are very out of the question, aren't they? To be honest, I sense I would probably just end up getting Numamon, to be honest. If I was to try it and it was to be successful, obviously you would see it because I would record it, but then if I was to try it and it was to be unsuccessful, then you wouldn't see it because I would attempt it, I would record it, I would attempt it, but obviously I wouldn't save, and if it fails, then I would just reset. And you wouldn't know about it, but then if I was to record it and I was to succeed, you know, trying it via Palmon or via Vegemon, whatever, then obviously you would see it. Yeah, the water bottle, there's actually 2 ways of getting hold of it. There was my way, which is you can be given it by Seadramon, or you can get it from Shogun Gekomon at the expense of 500 merit points. And obviously I chose to do it via Seadramon because that way I had 500 more merit points to spend on other things. And obviously I got, but then from Shogun Gekomon I got a handful of other Digivolution items, which I don't think I've used yet. I do wonder though how many Digivolution items are there where there's 2 ways of getting them? Because I'm thinking about it, and the water bottle, obviously I know there's 2 ways because I've mentioned it, but I'm trying to think if there's any other like Digivolution item where there's 2 different ways of obtaining it, and well, I'm thinking about it, and well, nothing is springing to mind, I have to be honest. Yeah, the game is, I think the game is very generous when it comes to Digivolution items. Because obviously there's no Digivolution item for baby Digimon, or in training Digimon, or rookie Digimon. But then, why would there be? I mean, there's 4 different Digi-Eggs. Normally you get to choose which one to pick. There's only 1 baby that will come from an egg, there's only 1 in training that will come from the baby, and then there's only 2 rookies that could come from the in training. 3 if you include Kunamon. The point I'm making is babies in trainings and rookies are very easy to get hold of. And as for the champions, I know there's no item for Numamon or Sukamon, but they're both easy to get, and normally you wouldn't want either of them anyway, because they're generally deemed to be the most useless champions, the most useless Digimon, to be honest. But then, excluding Numamon and Sukamon, there's a Digivolution item for every champion, for every other champion, plus every ultimate. So I think the game is very generous when it comes to Digivolution items. You can pretty much get every Digimon just via Digivolution items, and it's been greatly helpful throughout this challenge. Mistake. So if day 21 is the day of the treasure hunt, then I believe I'm not very far away. I'm about to wake up, and it is only a few hours away. I imagine I will now be Digivolving. Yep. And I imagine it is virtually day 21. Not to mention that the rookie I Digivolve to, probably Biomon, may need to sleep, and then when I Digivolve to Seadramon may need to sleep, so more time might be passed. It is Biomon. Well, it's day 21 anyway, but... And he needs to sleep as well. Bonus. Well, they're only... both of them sleep and only past about, what, just over a quarter of a day. Still, it's progress. Progress towards 10 years, that is. Digimon, I won't be bothering with you. I've got 99 sirloins in the item bank. And Drimogemon continues to disappoint me. So if this was earlier in the challenge, I would take the 3 sirloins and then sell them in the item bank, but that's because earlier in the challenge money was important, now it's not, or nowhere near as important anyway. When I sold all my items, it gave me, I believe, over 500,000 bits. Well, yeah, 575,000 bits. So Drimogemon costs 1,000 each time. So you would hope that it's not going to take another 575 attempts just to get Ninjamon. So I've got 1 life taken down, and looking at the time I've been going for, I probably need to be pausing here. Fortunately, I'm right next to the save machine. Okay, well, thank you everyone for watching, and hope you enjoyed.